Hey guys, welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to look at the state of the market, and there are some interesting things that I'm seeing. So let's kind of look at where we are and where I think we're going with the market. So first off, we always look at the SPY, the S&P 500. As you can see, today we're up a little bit, almost 1% at the time of this recording. Everything looks like it's bouncing back. However, if you look at the MACD, it looks like it's trending down a tiny bit. Now, it's not to say that we won't pop back up. There have been cases where it goes down, right, and then it comes back up again. So we've had a nice little jump from about 420 to 447. That looks good. The NASDAQ looks pretty good too. It looks like it's strong. At least we had a strong push up here. Then we're going to look at the Russell. The Russell even seems to be coming back a little bit. We've kind of hit a crest here, and we may be coming back down, but it could be just a slight pullback. Another thing that we look at is the VIX. This is the volatility index. We want to be around underneath this $20 mark. That's for major stability. We're coming back down to it, right? We're down 4.3% right now on the day, and we're trending in that way. It looks like we could be moving up a bit, but that could be just a quick pop, and then we return back lower. The other thing that we look at, we're just looking at all the major kind of factors, right? So we always got to look at Bitcoin too, because Bitcoin has been tied to the market recently. Looks like that's coming back up, right? We went sideways and we're moving back upwards for Bitcoin. So all of these kind of are signaling a rising, right? But what I want to bring to your attention too is some of the stocks that have been hit because of the Russia-Ukraine situation, right? This is where we kind of look at it a little bit differently. Steel, this has had a strong pop recently, but we may be close. We still look good on the RSI, but it has moved up very rapidly, very quickly, right? Chevron, for gas prices, this looks like it's starting to go back up a little bit, right? So this overall upward trend, and we kind of fell down a bit, but we're moving up. So that's another thing that we want to just keep a watch of, right? So it looks like the market is getting better. However, we're still seeing some of these prices rise, right? This is the United States Gas Fund. This has nice, strong upward momentum. We're almost at overbought territory, and we continue to move up, right? Wheat. This one has a bit of a pop back, but we're still moving over. We kind of consolidated, and we're kind of moving up now. These are all the stocks and sectors and utilities and commodities that were affected by the Russia-Ukraine situation, right? So we want to watch these and to see where the markets are going. Steel, this is the United States Steel Corporation. Steel is still crazy, right? I mean, we're still overbought. On the MACD, it looks like we're curling back upwards again. We have some strong upward candles. So if you're looking at just the commodities part of it, then you're seeing that prices might continue to rise. So although the market seemed to be going up, these stocks and these prices continue to go up as well. So that kind of conflicts in a way, right? And also, like I said, you see that the VIX, the volatility index, is moving down. So you would think that it's stabilizing. So if you look at everything so far, you kind of get the picture of the stock market's going up. Prices of commodities are going to continue to go up too until this whole Russia situation has been completely squashed. But it makes sense, right? We've been dealing with all this volatility, and people just kind of, I'm not saying that they've become complacent, but you kind of settle into your normal routine, right? The surprise is gone. If you look at what has happened, now we're all aware of it, right? There's no surprise. We know that prices of gas and oil and wheat, and that's all going to go up. But I think the market's already factored that in, and now that it's factored in, we can continue to move up. One other thing that I want to show you guys is the Google trends of some of these searches. And again, we're going to paint another picture. This is just another piece of evidence that I could find on where the market's going, right? So I'm just going to pull up a couple of these. Russia. This is the search. All these searches are over the last year. So you're going to see, look, everything peaked when the situation in Ukraine first started. And now that people have been aware of it, now the searches are going down, right? People more or less, and I hate to say it like this, but they kind of get overwhelmed and tired of all the news, right? When things first come out, it's new, it's fresh, you're trying to understand what's going on. And then after a certain point, now everyone has an idea of what's going on over there. They understand what the conflict is about, and although you're going to check in to see how it's progressing, a lot of people aren't going to check in. They know what's going on. They're just going to wait for a resolution. So that's Russia, right? Now, if you look up Russia-Ukraine war, very similar, right? Everything peaked, and now it's falling. Stock market, this is another one. Stock market is peaked when the war started, and now people are trying to settle back in, and it's kind of moved back into this sideways range, right? Stock market, these aren't bad things. They're just things that we need to be aware of. Inflation, there was always talk of inflation recently, right? And it started to rise up, and now it looks like it's on its way back down. People are kind of settling in. Ukraine, same thing like Russia, right? Went crazy, and now we're starting to come back down to our normal search volume, right? Oil, same thing. It's nice and steady, had a pop, now we seem to be coming back down. Gas, very similar, right? Steady, pop, come back down. Wheat, same thing, right? I mean, you guys get the idea. So basically, everything is starting to level off. You have waves in the ocean, and then it kind of settles, right? So now we're moving back sideways, and hopefully we start to move upwards in the overall market. But here's one thing that I wanted to share with you. In my searches, there was one particular stock, or one particular search that kind of stuck out to me. China. Now, they've been flat, and they had a pop when the whole Ukraine and Russia thing started, but then it came back down, but now it's coming up again. So this is a very interesting graph for me, right? Everything seems to be leveling off except for this one search. I looked for Taiwan, and that one stayed the same too, but China is popped. So I think that this is something that we need to be very mindful of. And I'm going to make a future video in the next day or two on what I think are the stocks that we should look for if there's a Taiwan and China situation going on. Because I don't know about you guys, but I missed some of these big runs, right? I missed a lot of them. Steel, wheat, natural gas, all these. If we had found out about this, back before things started to go crazy, people could have made some good returns. So let's try to get ahead of it for the next time. And I'm not saying we want to profit off a war, but we just need to be aware to protect our own portfolios. So if you guys are looking forward to this video, or the next video where we talk about some China stocks, just leave me some comments below letting me know what stocks you might think would be involved if there was a China-Taiwan crisis. But again, this is not financial advice, guys, just my own financial opinions. And hopefully everyone enjoyed it. You got something out of it. Smash the like button if you did. And I'll see you guys on the next one.